Hi, and welcome to your 10-minute yin class. Today we'll be focusing on your upper and lower back. We'll do a couple of things that are yin and a couple of things that aren't to support these areas. But first, I wanted to start with a quick quote from Mary Oliver. This is one of my favorites, and it's very simple. It's, "Pay attention, be astonished, tell others." Now, what I love about this quote so much is that it brings this childlike wonder to our lives. Be astonished and pay attention. See the world through these fresh eyes, and then share it with each other. Because this is really what we're here for, isn't it? We're all meant to be leaders and teachers and students and support each other on this journey that we're on. And so I love this. Just paying attention and then sharing it. See this amazing world for what it is. So let's start with that today in our yin practice. This is a short practice, so we're going to get right into it. I'll invite you to come on to your back. We're going to start with a little bridge pose, and I'm going to give you some options here. So little bridge, one of the reasons this is so great for your lower back is it can help you with your SI joint, as well it gives you a really nice little upper back bend. So you can do this on your bolster, and what that will look like is you'll slide your bolster underneath, and then as you lay over it, you want the tip of the bolster to go right into your shoulder blades. So if it's too low, it's not going to feel good. If it's too high, you may not be able to get your head on the ground. So I'm going to move mine up just a wee bit more. You want to kind of feel it push your chest forward. And then you can keep your feet flat on the floor. They don't have to be active. You can just hang out like this. If you would prefer a more active bridge pose, and if you've got lower back pain, particularly SI stuff and things in your pelvis, you may choose a more active bridge pose with either your hands in robot arms, or you can interlace them underneath you like this, or if you can, manage to get your hands underneath your pelvis. I've got really long arm bones, so it pushes my hips way up. This is another option for you here. Now, any of these versions are good. You're going to get the same benefits. It's helpful to keep your knees from going out to the side, so you're going to have a little bit of resistance by drawing your inner thighs down towards the floor. And we won't hold here too much longer. This is a really nice one. Just keep breathing. Your heart is lifted towards your chest. Good. Last couple of breaths. Nice. And then when you're ready, you're welcome to either slide off your bolster or take your arms out from underneath and lay onto your back. We're going to continue now into another back bend. This is for your upper back. And this is a really simple one called Sphinx. Now, if your low back is a little tweaky, you can widen your feet. So the wider you make your feet, the more relief you'll have there. A little bit of compression is good for your lower back. It's up to you though how much feels good for you. And then you'll take your elbows right underneath your shoulders. You can have either your hands together, or you can have your palms flat, just like a sphinx. And then I'll invite you to hug your shoulder blades in and down and use them to press your chest forward. So the aim here in your back is not to create like this hard L where you're crunching into your low back, but more of a C shape. So your chest also flows with this posture. And again, we're not going to hold here too long. And if it's too much for your neck at any time, you can let your head go down and just shake it out a few times before bringing it back. Now your gaze is fairly neutral, straight ahead. So the back of your neck has some length rather than just opening through the front of your throat. You can think about lengthening through the back of your neck. Again, pressing through your forearms and your elbows, and keeping lots of length in your lower back by guiding your tailbone towards your heels and your navel presses down towards the floor. Good. Just one more breath here. And then when you're ready, you can come down, stack your hands And let your forehead rest onto your hands for a few moments. Bring your breath into your belly so that as it presses into the floor, you'll feel your lower back being lifted with it. A really nice way to let go of any tension that might be in your low back. And just a mindful way to breathe as you feel yourself grounded into the earth. It's a very restorative and relaxing pose. And then when you're ready, I'll invite you to press yourself up onto your side, actually. And we're going to end with a twist. Now, you may want the bolster. I'm going to do this pose towards you so you can see my knees first. So I'm on my right side. Knees are bent, arms out, head down. And what you want here is your head, shoulders, and hips in line. Now, in this twist, every twist has an anchor, something that doesn't move, which you're twisting away from. Otherwise, it's just a turn, right? So you're going to keep your knees together and on the floor. Stretch your right arm out, or whichever is the bottom one. See, if you can, you're going to try and get the back of your shoulder blade on the ground, and then lift your left arm up and stretch it back, left or right, whichever is the top arm. Now your hand may or may not come down towards the floor. The key is that you're not going to let your knees come apart to get your arm down. You're going to keep the knees together. This is also not only a really nice stretch for your back, but you also get this really nice stretch through the front of your shoulder. Now, if this is too much for you, if you've got limited mobility and you're like, forget it, I'm like this, bring a bolster underneath your knees. That way you can still keep your knees together and get the twist. So be mindful of what works for your body. This is also a good one if you are expecting. So you don't want any deep twists. Bringing a bolster underneath will limit the twist, then you won't go so far. And when I say expecting, I mean a baby. So I'll invite you to keep those knees together. Keep your arm reaching up to the side. This will be fairly short. And if your arm hangs, that's just fine. And if you want something underneath it to support it, feel free to put some blankets or cushions or bolster underneath, and that's just fine too. And I invite you to breathe nice and deep. Allow that arm to get heavier. And more than anything, you're going to feel your torso start to just gently twist in the direction of your extended arm. Allowing it to happen rather than forcing it. So the exhales really guide you through the pose. Nothing needs to happen. Good. And then on your next inhale, I'd like you to bring your knees up. You're just going to switch sides. You're going to lay right onto the other side to start. Shoulders, head, shoulders, and hips in the same line. Knees together. You reach your bottom arm out. Try and get the back of the shoulder blade on the ground. And in my case, underneath the couch. And then that top arm is going to go over. And to create more of a true twist, you can also look over at that reaching arm so that your spine is twisting all the way through, because your neck is also a part of your spine. Keep your knees tight. I'm reminding myself of that right now. And then feel into your body. Notice the sensations that are here. Notice your breath. Allow the process. Everything that's here is just fine exactly as it is. And so are you. And then when you're ready, you'll take that top arm, bring it to the bottom one, and then you're welcome to press yourself up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me in this yin practice. I'll invite you to join your hands and bow your head. And just as Mary Oliver says, be astonished, pay attention, be astonished, and tell others. There's also something really magical about you, and it's often, we forget it because life is busy, and the more that we are accustomed to something, the less special or unique it is. But you are a miracle, and I'm grateful that you're here. So thank you for joining me in this practice, and I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Namaste.